Facebook's gonna take over the world with artificial intelligence. So let me tell you a little bit of background information about how I came across this. I was reverse engineering a short-term goal of mine last night, and I was up till like maybe 2 in the morning. I laid down in bed and I had all these thoughts going through my head, and I was like, holy crap, I had the epiphany. And I started to understand how Facebook does my job better than I do already, or at least we're in a race to see who's gonna come out on top. And even then, it's kind of pushing myself and other people like me out of the picture. Let me give you a little example first, okay, what I came across. What I do in regards to marketing, and we're gonna condense it down into some like black and white, very simple, primitive terms, okay? I look for intent of users. Okay, so when we used to push ads out to people back in the day, we would look for keywords on Google and try to hit little like diamonds in the rough to hope that we're gonna land on people that would buy our product or at least see our content or whatever, right? What we understand now is we have to look for intent of user or intent of consumer, right? So for example, what I'm gonna use for myself, Kanye West, he talks about Alexander McQueen a lot, right? Alexander McQueen is a fashion designer. Let's say he is gonna put out a commercial line at Forever 21, right? And let's say we're doing his advertising, his marketing, his content producing, everything for him, right? We're making the decisions on who sees his stuff, who we're gonna push it out towards. Do we advertise towards a keyword like Kanye, or do we advertise towards the intent, the people that are looking for Yeezy shoes? We obviously go towards the intent, right? Because they already have the mindset that they are going to buy the shoe. That's an example. Intention over singular keyword. That's kind of how we get to the point of who we're gonna send our stuff out to. Now it goes more in depth than that, but that's just a real quick breakdown, right? Facebook is already doing this better than us. So let me give you a little bit of insight to this. What's happening right now? Facebook feeds us info by analyzing more than single keywords, right? It analyzes phrases now. That's how it gives us what we see on our timeline. That's how it knows what ads to feed us, right? It's not just singular words anymore. We have fed it so much information that it can analyze phrases now, sentences, more keystrokes. Okay, well, what does this mean? Facebook is past the organic reach phase, right? We've moved into interpretation. We've given it so much info that it can interpret what we want. If you don't believe me, look at your timeline. There's something related to everything. There's some stream of consciousness that always relates back to your thoughts. And that's why you're stuck on it for so long sometimes. And it does this all by interpreting keystrokes, what we're typing in, and not, like I said, not just words, phrases, our thoughts. It feeds you the friends you want to talk to. It feeds you the people that you engage with the most. It feeds you the content and information that you want to read. And it does this all by interpreting keystrokes, what we're typing in, and not, like I said, not just words, phrases. I'm not saying it understands our thoughts yet, but we can already see the next stage is anticipation. Right now it's already interpreting. Next, it's going to be anticipating what we want. Well, what's the difference between that, right? Interpretation means that it's taking what we're giving it and it's giving us something back, right? It's almost like a dialogue. Anticipation would be Facebook having so much information about us through keystrokes that it's going to feed us stuff before we even think of it, or at least before we think we thought of it, right? It's going to be so spot on and relatable to us in the future that we're not going to second guess it. We're just going to be like, oh man, how did it know I wanted that? It's almost gonna dumb us down a little bit, if that makes any sense. The more data, keystrokes, words, phrases, etc. that Facebook is fed, the more sophisticated the algorithm becomes. Facebook is going to use the world's keystrokes, all the information we're putting in there 24/7, 365 days a year, to engineer an AI. And not a commercial thing. Facebook is going to become an AI that takes over the world. I know that sounds out there, I know that sounds crazy, but let me go a little bit more in depth about it. In the short game, what does this mean for people like me? Or anyone in marketing? Facebook will understand intention better than us very, very soon, and there will be no reason for human intel-based marketing. This is how Facebook's gonna force us to pay for advertising. That's why I say you gotta jump on it now, or you're not gonna be able to get it later on because you're not gonna wanna pay for it, but you'll be forced to. I think in 2 years, Facebook will be able to anticipate singular thoughts. Kind of like what I said earlier, where I said they're going to be able to anticipate what we want before we want it. This is going to be when the absorption of Google comes along. Whether they buy them out, whether they absorb resources, there's going to be some type of merger, or Facebook will buy Google. In 3 years, Facebook will be able to build conceptually. When I refer to Facebook, I mean the AI. And when I say build conceptually, I mean think by itself, decision making. In 5 years' time, Facebook will be worldly recognized as an AI and be used to organize businesses. This is going to be the merger of everything. Every country, everybody, everything. So outside of Facebook, the only other platform whose algorithm is as sophisticated is YouTube in regards to intention of user, right? It feeds us videos we want to see. We kind of think it understands what we want a little bit, but it's not to the scale of Facebook. Let me explain. Facebook is growing faster and becoming more powerful because of simple design strategy. Facebook or Mark Zuckerberg understood that if you were layering landing pages and content, then you naturally allow the user to feed you more data through clicks and keystrokes. Even more so from a user perspective, you want a one-stop shop platform that gives you the option to post whatever type of content you feel like. This is where YouTube is flat in regards to design and user capability. Gary Vee talks about depth, right? Facebook understands it's about depth in regards to design and user content. That's where it beats everybody. Some other little things you might want to throw in there, they're kind of giveaways to this, is the fact that Facebook wanted to buy Snapchat. Well, why would Facebook want to buy Snapchat? Is it because they feel threatened? No. Snapchat has facial recognition. Why would you design your own department and all this different stuff for just that one single detail when you could just buy a whole company? They already have the team behind it, all this stuff, right? The last piece that I want to give you guys is the part that is overlooked by a lot of people. It's how Facebook gives you the option to say how you feel. You feel amused, you feel excited, you feel sad. It also gives you the option to react with emoticons, right? Well, how does this relate to everything I just said? It's letting you simply tell them how you feel, and it's gonna match those emoticons with your keystrokes, right? So they're gonna understand emotion very soon as well. To wrap it all up, you need to look at big picture. How many people are on Facebook? How many people are posting 24/7? How many people are advertising on there? How much data is being fed to Facebook every second, every minute, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year? Facebook is using the world's keystrokes to take in information and build artificial intelligence that is going to take over everything.